We are moving on looking at how to do a t-test. So this is when we do a hypothesis test about a mean. We will be on the state step saying mu true mean of whatever it is we're measuring. Hypotheses, this should be routine. We've actually gone over this before. It'll be mu equals something. HA will be mu is less than or greater than or not equal to something. And we'll set alpha equal to something. Typically, it's 0.05. The plan step has some similarities to the 1 proportion z-test, but also some differences. It needs to be a random sample or something randomly done. We're going to see in a couple of problems how random assignment is important. We also need to say it's normal, but yet this is different than a 1 proportion z-test. There's 3 ways for it to be normal. The easiest way is they just come out and they tell us the population is normal, therefore the sampling distribution is normal. That's the nice way. Or another nice way, n is bigger than 30. That's the central limit theorem. Or, worst case scenario, a graph shows symmetry with no outliers. Like I said, this is worst case scenario, but ultimately we want to do a t-test. We want to do a hypothesis test. So we make do with a bad situation and we just talk about a graph. Usually that graph is supplied. On the do step, we need to write down what x bar is. What is S? You probably wrote down what the sample size was up in the plan step, but if you didn't, write it down. Write down degrees of freedom, and it is still n minus 1, so whatever that comes to. And then lastly, the name of the test or the formula of the test. I don't believe I've said this before, but I'll say it now. When I grade these things, all I really grade in regards to the formula is if you write the formula or the test name. And that is how AP grades. So here's our formula. And like I just said, you don't have to memorize it. You could just write the name of the test. I don't know why I did a curly T on that one. Let me rewrite test. That's bugging me. There we go. So write the name of the test or the formula. Doesn't matter which. When you type everything into the calculator, it's going to give you all the stats. It's going to give you T. Write that down. It's going to give you the p-value. Write that down. And then lastly, we're going to compare that p-value to alpha. Is it bigger or smaller than alpha? And this is where I worry about people struggling. On the last section, on this section, if the p-value, I need to start just writing p-value. Well, I don't know, I'm going to go back to how I've been doing it. If the p-value is smaller than alpha, that tells us to reject HO, and evidence suggests HA. We'll throw in context, but that's the main idea. If P is large, we will fail to reject HO. evidence does not suggest HA. And that's it. All right, in the next video, we will actually do a t-test, but ultimately, these are the steps to do a t-test. A one-sample hypothesis test for a mean. All right, see y'all later.